The sky wept with me that morning. The rain hadn't stopped since dawn, it was as if the world itself knew what it had lost. I stood there, black umbrella trembling in the wind, watching as the coffin disappeared beneath the soaked earth. My mother's name shimmered faintly on the brass plate. Everyone cried. Everyone except the man who should have. My father wasn't there. He was in Hawaii, smiling beside a woman half his age, their champagne glasses raised as if to toast her death. When the last shovel of dirt struck the coffin, I whispered goodbye through clenched teeth. But that night, lightning tore across the Portland sky, and my grief turned to something else. Something colder. I sat alone in my apartment, staring at old photos of her, her laughter frozen in pixels. When my phone buzzed, the message read, "I'm not dead. Come to the cemetery now." It was from her number. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. My body moved before my mind caught up. I grabbed my car keys, heart hammering, and ran. I didn't know if I was driving toward a miracle, or madness, and my name is Grace Miller, and until a week ago, my life was ordinary. A small apartment overlooking the river. Freelance design work. Weekend calls from my mother reminding me to eat, to sleep, to be human. I used to roll my eyes at her texts, "Take your vitamins, sweetheart." Now I'd have given anything to see another one. The day she died started like any other. I was finishing a project when an unknown number appeared on my phone. I almost ignored it. Something told me not to. "Is this Miss Grace Miller?" a trembling voice asked. "I'm calling from Portland General Hospital. I'm so sorry, your mother passed away this morning." For a second, everything went silent. My hands went numb. "No," I whispered. "You've made a mistake." But the voice didn't change. "Cardiac arrest," she said. It was quick. When I called my father, his tone was detached, almost relieved. "Yes, it's true," he said. "Evelyn's gone." "That's all you have to say?" I choked out, "Grace, she's dead. Don't be dramatic." And then, he hung up. That was the moment my grief caught fire. Something inside me whispered that my father wasn't mourning. He was celebrating. 3 days later, the rain was still falling when I buried her. The air smelled of lilies and mud. When the priest began to pray, I felt a small tug at my sleeve, my cousin's daughter, eyes wide and innocent. "Aunt Grace," she whispered, "if Grandma's in heaven, can she see us?" I forced a smile through the ache. "Yes, baby. She's watching right now." When it was over, everyone left. Everyone except me. I stayed until the mud soaked through my knees. "If there's any justice in this world," I whispered, "he'll pay for what he's done to you. I promise." That night, my father posted a photo. Sunlit beach. His arm around a new woman. The caption, "New beginnings." While I buried my mother in the rain, he was smiling under a tropical sky. Something inside me broke hours later, when my phone buzzed again with that impossible message. I drove through the storm to the cemetery. The gates loomed in the fog, iron black and slick with rain. My flashlight shook in my hand. "Mom?" I called out. A figure moved near the willow trees, a small, hunched shape wrapped in a soaked coat. My breath caught. I raised the light, her face. Pale. Fragile. But alive. "A Grace," she whispered. The flashlight slipped from my fingers and hit the mud. I stumbled forward, tears mixing with rain. How are you alive?" She took my hands, cold, trembling, real. "You can't tell anyone I'm alive," she said. "Not yet." We ran to a car parked under the trees. She didn't start it right away. Her hands gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. "Your father," she said finally, "he tried to kill me." My world stopped. She told me everything. The threats, the forged documents, the manipulation. How he demanded she sign over her assets, her studio, her shares. When she refused, he promised she'd disappear. The night she died, she collapsed at home. The hospital called him. He came, not with worry, but with contracts. She wouldn't sign. He walked out, but someone else was watching, Martha, an old student who worked as a nurse. She helped Mom fake her death, switching the records, hiding her body double, smuggling her out. It was the only way to survive, Mom said. I couldn't believe it, yet I could. Because the man who raised me, the one who smiled at charity galas and kissed reporters on the cheek, had already killed her once in every other way. He made a plan. She'd stay hidden while I gathered proof. I didn't have to wait long. The next morning, he called. Grace, darling, his voice smooth as ever. I need your signature on a few estate documents. Come by tonight. I went. The mansion gleamed, but it felt wrong, sterile, hollow. He met me in his office, smiling that politician's smile. You look tired. Losing sleep over old things?